Engine 2 for dispatch. We still have an open line. The patient's not answering any questions. Is plotting at the Travel Lodge on G, east of 16th.
Hey, good evening, you guys.
Stop. We're going to see what we can do from here. Copy, I got the e-brake on.
Tonight the plane, your radio's 10-1.
8 Frank King, Charles.
Yeah, we're just kind of ramping up here a little bit. We had a situation over off of 5th. Hey, Philip, how's it going? And officers had a mentally unstable individual they were dealing with. So we were over there seeing how that was going, and the guy was acting out a bit, but they were able to calm him down. So we're hanging out over here in Old Sac for a little bit.
He has
Good evening, Angela.
Room number 116 at 623 16th Street.
It's a typical Wednesday so far, not a whole lot going on. Hey Juliet, no, we didn't catch up. We weren't on. So I heard something about that, but no, we don't have any details on that.
I'm sorry, the radios are very 10-1. Are you on a vehicle stop?
It's not a vehicle stop. The vehicle's parked. I don't know if it's occupied, but earlier day shift, it came back on the TAS as a vehicle involved in a higher at-risk child protection.
Abdominal pain, Amtrak station, payphone.
8 Charles Henry Sam, 894. Registered to a Carlissa Way. She was supposed to be the suspect.
Okay, Sheriff 3. Channel 3, they have a vehicle that was wanted in a high-risk abduction. They didn't catch the location. So, Sac Sheriff 3, it's in the south area. And then we got something going on at 9th and
Go off the
K.
31. Code 4, where was it? Are you near the car?
Oh, James, that's the I-80 fatal thing? Wow. That is super crazy. Yeah, James, things like that are just absolutely tragic and preventable. That's the tough thing.
Are you guys getting any kind of return back?
And Julia, yeah, that whole thing was crazy. Yeah, right, Julia.
6510. That, do you remember if that was one of our cases?
Yeah, the Roseville thing, and not sure y'all caught it or caught our later post. That is the suspect from the Calvine stabbing homicide.
It's unoccupied right now, looks like.
Yeah, I read it twice.
Yeah, James. We see a lot of stuff, and we're gonna go ahead and get rolling. We're gonna roll by that 9th and Casey, what that is, and then we gotta go get a little bit of fuel.
I'll pull up the event, but they had detectives from that agency on the ambulance call code finding that for almost the entire day today. So it could be the right car.
Okay. So that sheriff thing, something about high risk abduction. In the south area, they were surveilling it all day today. Sounds like we're not going to talk a lot about that because we don't want to put out information that shouldn't be put out. Hey, Ma! Good morning. Isn't it past your curfew? Evidently, my sister didn't give you enough knockout meds. Johnny, howdy.
1981.
We're just cruising through the downtown real quick. Something's going on at 9th and K. I don't think it's a big deal at all. I think it's just a couple officers have a subject stopped. She was requesting additional. Right, Ma? Yeah, but they still shouldn't let you issue your own meds.
Alpha 67 on stop.
Alpha 67, go ahead.
Stockton 11 Hill on 8 Lincoln, Union North 601. Info.
Ooh. New place, Good Cookie Bakery. Used to be where Blackbird was at. On 9th between K and J. I forget to run light rail later. It's weird to see light rail out. Okay, evidently that was a subject at the light rail station they were having an issue with. More cookies, more problem. Hey. Easy on the cookies. Uh-oh, that's not good, Ma. Gotta tweak you guys a little bit. Hold on. There you go. You looked like you were a little crooked. Not you, Ma. You're not crooked much. A little tilted, maybe. Definitely not crooked. So we've had some interesting calls we've been on the past few days. That Calvine one was definitely one of them. And then, if y'all, whoop, CHP has a rollover somewhere with major front end damage.
Sacramento.
So yeah, and then what was it? We had that shooting in the South area a few days before that. Now the interesting thing was that shooting. I forget the street name right now. It was the car that had the organ plates on it. It actually happened like 10 o'clock, around 10 o'clock in the morning, and nobody heard about it media-wise until later in the evening. So that was kind of odd. I'm ignoring that one. I think Sis typed that one. Does Sis have your phone? All right, Joey, give Mom her phone back. Lewis is here too. We got Ma and Lewis. Hi, Lewis. James, anything on the arsonist? There was an arrest yesterday. We got a press release. I talked to Keith Wade, PIO. So the press release came out a little bit different than what I thought it was going to. A battalion chief last night around 8:30, and that's when I crashed out. So I missed it, and Noel from our team heard it. Witnessed a subject setting a news box, the newspaper stand things, on fire. And then when he saw he was discovered, he took off, and they got him.
The apartment directly below number 5. Sounds of a 242 between occupants, 2 males. Male white 65, 60, heavy build, and a male white 40 to 45, 5'9", medium build.
So they put out the press release that guy was in custody, but they didn't relate him to the other fires. I think the description matches. They put out his mugshot, and we have a photo of the person they believe set the fires. But again, there's nothing relating them officially, so I can't say if they caught the actual guy or not. I can say the fire stopped. That I know. There was another fire in Cesar Chavez Park earlier this evening, but it sounded like it was another person. So I think we got a few firebugs running around out there right now. And that tends to happen. It's kind of interesting. They all kind of spark up at the same time. No pun intended, of course. Right, James. Yeah. And, we have to be careful what we put out, because we can't, it's kind of one of those touchy things. Again, I was talking with the PIO earlier today, and it was like, even we got that photo that we put out, and we thought the way it was worded from Crime Stoppers, it sounded like that photo came from the fire department. And so the PIO was calling me and saying, hey, who'd you get that photo from? And he didn't even know that it was on Crime Stoppers. So there's some communication disconnect. So he wasn't sure where that photo came from. So we're still trying to figure that out. So I took out that it was from the fire department. But it's little stuff like that we have to be careful about, so everything is accurate. And sometimes it's difficult. Yeah, it's getting cold, but it's unrelated to that. It really is. Because these guys, it's kind of weird. When you come across them, we've actually helped catch 2. And they're just, a security guard said this the other night, that was on one, or had one lighting stuff up in her area. She said it was just like out of there just like incensed, just totally entranced with the fire. And that's how they are. They're just kind of like nothing else. They don't see or hear anything else going on in their world. You can talk to them and wave your hand in front of their eyes, and it's like they're completely zoned in on that fire. So it's, yeah, there's, yeah, a whole thing behind that. So. That's what I'm saying, James. We don't know. We don't know if it's the same guy or not. So. Yeah, Glory. Cruising the Broadway on Broadway. Da, 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 da. All right. Hey, you guys, hang out there for a minute. I gotta grab some Go Juice and be right back. Sorry, I don't have any elevator music for you. You'll have to suffice to listen to the scanners.
97. 19, Medic 19, ill female, 250.
Ooh, ill female. Someone go check that out.
250 Hurley Way number 401. Battalion 7, X 19, Medic 19, on map 151 Charlie 3, operations Alpha 2.
Okay, copy. Then I'll go to the switch F112. Copy you all. We'll wait for your call on B1 and then we'll re-energize over here at S4. Okay, copy.
Anyone turn up, please? 914, entrance 259, medic 59, entrance 358, water tender 58. Permit 338, Delta 4, operations Alpha 3. Ridge of Stockton on 8 John Victor King, 641. So she's had ALS care for approximately 20 minutes. She has received a total of 5 EPIs. She is intubated. Last further check, she was intraventricular PEA at 49. Her ETA is about 5 minutes. Any questions? Alpha 62, your plate 8, John Victor King 841, and 5 clear, expired 8 19 on 16 Honda. Sacramento.
Call Sam 903. Gray. George 955, going to be on 11.
Team dispatch from response Alpha 2, Medic 19 Alpha 2. Clear on a 330 paddle line. Engine 358, confirm response.
Guys. Copy, wait back to the thing.
Confirm response.
Digit 358, responding.
Yeah.
All right. Gotcha, James. Yep.
I'm okay.
Yeah, then there's another thing going on in the area too. A lot of people don't take into account, along with the drugs. There's some meth that's being cut with some really bad stuff, and other than Dilaudid, and there's some that's being cut with Dilaudid, but there's some that's causing some really bad physical reactions. And mental, and it's causing a lot of outbursts, and the cops are really it's disheartening when people post messages like or comments. Well, our officers need to get training on how to deal with it. Our officers get a lot of training, and when you're out here with them all the time, it totally impresses me sometimes how well they deal with some of these situations. And the call will finish, and sometimes they'll pull up next to us, or we'll chit chat with them. And I tell them all the time, I don't know how you guys have the patience you do sometimes. It's just, I couldn't have as much patience as they have. So yes, Gloria, I'm solo tonight. Solo, you can't hear me. Oh no, just kidding. Yes, I know. Our zany Ace isn't with me tonight. He's been under the weather, and he's doing much better, but he's wanted to give a few more days to recoup. Oh wow! One of the CHP units had damage to it. Am I reading that right?
Alpha 34, no 242 here, just 450.
Alpha 34, check.
Yep, you got it, Gloria. Yeah, I believe he'll probably be back on Friday night. I think he's shooting for. Oh wow, Linda. Huh. Yeah, that's the first I heard of that one. Wow. Okay. Yeah, again, I look so forward to when we are able to get proper funding, and we can have team members on around the clock, and we'll be able to be on all these things. I mean, just imagine news like that. When you have those questions, you want to know what's going on, we'll have them. And but it's just getting the funding mechanism right, and figuring this out, and we will. And we're determined. It's a different critter that we're doing. So it's coming slowly, but it's coming. Yeah, I get not depressed, just a little bummed when I hear there's major stuff like that, and we're not able to be on it and bring the story. It's just, I think it's really important that we be on all those things and bring the authentic story and information about it, because the other ones anyway. And on our left is what used to be the SACB parking lot. This building has exploded. Looks like they're going to be done with it pretty soon. Another combination retail and housing. There goes Pieces Pizza. Wave, everybody. I'll cut through the backside of Lavender Heights on L. Mercantile over there on the left. Ooh, Face has got some new lighting out front. Or on the side. Low bra is about the only thing going on. Choo-choo-choo. Good one, Linda. Yeah. We were on, which one was that? That was another drunk driver. Oh, which reminds me, I need to get that other drunk driver thing up. But we were on a drunk driver about 2 weeks ago. The one where the guy smashed the car at like 23rd and R, and he was driving the Escalade, and he kept saying he wasn't driving, but he was. Anyways, where they had him sitting where he was doing his field sobriety, right to the right of that was this area that was caged up that has all the old SACB newsstands, the blue news boxes, and it was like about 15 to 20 boxes wide by I don't know how many deep. This space went back, and it was just like a newspaper stand graveyard. It was really, it told the whole story right there, and I grabbed a couple of shots of it. I posted those up somewhere. I forgot where I posted them, but yeah, that was just one of those things that the signs of the time.
About 50 going over 16th Street, about 100 miles an hour right now. 2 lanes.
Thanks, Mom. Good night. See you later. Right?
We're going over I-5 now.
CHP has something going over I-5, it said.
And Eagle just passed you there, over the river. Copy.
But over I-5, so... Yeah, let's figure out what CHP has going here.
Pier 23, is it the vehicle between us and the big rig? Yep, that's the correct vehicle in front of you.
Okay, that's the airplane talking to the ground.
28 of 8, break, zebra, 350.
13938 Frank Zebra Zebra, confirm 350.
North South 600.
We're going to try to take him off the harbor.
Okay.
31 copy, you're going to take him off the harbor.
6 Jim, good thanks.
So it's a probably a speeding vehicle. The airplane spotted, and they're kind of heading into West Sac. It sounds like they're gonna try to get the vehicle off the freeway at Harbor.
Mary Charles, King, Edward for Freeman, Robert out of Yellow, Mary Ocean, Nora Davis.
1 Alpha 62, traffic stop. Alpha 62, go ahead. 11293, it's third at 2014 Street and stand by. Valletta on 8 Lincoln George Edward 607.
8th Street and Valletta downtown.
11293, copy, please, no harbor exit now.
81-year-old male, the chief complained today of chest pain. Says it's substernal, non-radiating.
Oh, gonna fog you guys up real quick. I can see fine. It looks worse on the camera. There we go. Good ears, Darren. Thank you.
62 year plate 8 Lincoln George Edward 607 comes back clear, expired 11/14/19 on a 99 Honda. Has liability out of Sacramento. Evergreen and Harbor at 76 gas station.
Okay, guy going through all that trash over there. Looks like a security guard going through the trash. Was it security? No, he's not security.
193 Evergreen and Harbor at 76 gas station.
Anybody want to go ice skating? Oh, I can hear a CHP airplane overhead right now.
Sector 23.
There he is talking.
First off for northbound 99 to Fruit Ridge. He's good for 101, and I have name and ID.
Ah, 101 miles an hour.
Good for 101 miles per hour.
So,
Name is J. Davis, ID 19250.
oh, I believe that's our former Sergeant Davis that was with us here at SAC PD for many years, and I believe he went over to CHP and worked in their air division. That's who's in the CHP airplane right now. Miss having him with the department. He was Sam 6 in the South area for a long time.
16th and W on a black reservation paper plate.
And he was really, really good to us. We collaborated really well with him.
Union William Boy 840. That's for a better plate.
Okay, we got one traffic stop at 5th and Broadway, and we got another one on W and 15th. So we'll head that direction and cruise that way, just in case something goes bonkers with those. 15th and W wound up, final stop is 13th and W. Excuse me. Yeah, so there's this. Yeah, we have some really great officers here in Sacramento, and they really are supportive of how we do our news because of our authenticity. But Sergeant Davis is one of those who would go out of his way to, he'd see us on scene, and as soon as he had a free moment, he would come over and tell us what he had. Linda, you just pipe down there. And in fact, if y'all remember the story with all the state vehicles that were stolen out of the state garage on 10th Street, he was actually the one we were working with on that story. Because we noticed for like about a week we were so here again, I know I keep fracturing this, but here's another one of those nuances that the newsrooms don't pick up. So we were noticing for about a week they were getting stolen exempt plates. They run an exempt plate. First of all, it's odd when an exempt plate gets run, California exempt plate, and then it comes back stolen. And you got several of these. Well, first of all, the newsrooms don't have enough continuity. They're not on around the clock, and it's employee mentality. And so when I'm off, I'm off. I'm working 9 to 5 or whatever shift I'm working, and a lot of the photogs and the reporters don't listen to scanners. When they are listening to them, they don't really know what they're listening to unless it's a specific dispatch. A fire, a robbery, a this or that. So to hear an officer run a plate and it comes back California, it's California exempt, and it's 10851 or stolen, that perks our ears up. Most other folks wouldn't even pick up to it. So if you have one of those, it's first of all, it's okay. That's a state vehicle or a city vehicle and it's stolen. What's up with that? But then you have multiple through the week, and some of them are engaged in a pursuit. Whoever stole it ran, and they got engaged in a pursuit and crashed. So there's one that crashed in Midtown. There's one that crashed in the South area, got in pursuit. So after about a week of this, we run one with Sergeant Davis, and we finally said, "Hey, Sarge, we've been catching up. What's up with all these California exempt plates? What's going on?" And it was far enough into it where he was able to tell us, "Hey, we're working with CHP on it. This is what's happening." And there's been 21 cars stolen out of the state garage, and boom, we were the ones who broke that story. No one else knew about it. No one else had it. That's because of our team's diligence and staying on top of things like this. When we catch those nuances and keep that continuity and find out what's going on with stuff. So here's that 5th and Broadway traffic stop. Looks like it's going to be routine. All right, then we got that other one that's 13th and W. Oh, Juliet, yeah, they more than know who we are. They really do appreciate how we do our news, and we work very well with SAC PD and the fire department. Just because of our authenticity and our clarity on things, and we don't. One of the things they appreciate the most is we do our best to give the complete story. And like when we get a soundbite from a public information officer, we run the whole soundbite. We don't take a piece out of it and then put our context to it. This is what was said. Here it is from the horse's mouth. Blah. And we don't take either side on it. It's just, here's the facts and here's what was said, and that's it. So and they appreciate that, you know, and whether right or wrong, if the police department is right or wrong, we gave the whole thing as best as we could with the information that we had and what was available to us. We just had a changeover of officers, so we're seeing a lot of new faces here in downtown area, and lost some of our regular ones that we really enjoyed working with. So I think Officer Gamble went to swing shift, so we don't get to see him overnight anymore, and a couple of the others.
Gordon and Stockton on 7 Mary Paul Zebra 590.
So over on the left, you can see that emptiness there. It's quickly turning into a tent city. Can't see it. You can't see it now. It's far left. It's where the storage business used to be, between the 16th and 15th and X and W, and they flattened it all. This loop real quick because I think there's 2 more vehicle stops down this way, I believe. Oh, I think they cleared. I don't see any blinkies. So go ahead and go back down this way. We're just going around in circles. I'm going to take you through another transient area that's picking back up again, and I couldn't believe my wife and I drove through this afternoon, and we were just like, whoa, where'd they all come from? Oh, hey, you know what? It's one way on a one way. I can go left. So we're eastbound on X Street right now, as in X-ray, toward Alhambra. You all got your umbrellas ready? It's supposed to get some weather coming in tonight. I think it's actually supposed to hit around 4 a.m.-ish. Uh-oh, Gollyfield's here. What's up, guy? How's Bakersfield? Okay, there we got transient fire over there on the right. Transient warming fire. And take a look through here. And we got more. Look at all the garbage piled up. And more transient warming fires. And all the tents. Yep, yeah, we just went by there, Julia. Yeah, I'm paused here for a second. Please stand by. We appreciate your patience. Please stand by. Yes, that's one area where they really start stacking up again on the transients. And then it might be too dark to see over here. We'll see if you can see. Some encampments. I can't see some of them. Oh, actually, wow, there's some encampments right back in there today. So I think they made them clear out. And they had some good fires going. Smoke all over the place. So triple homicide, huh? Gollyfield? Wow. Oh, wow.
Residential 7092 El Sereno Circle. Internal Alarm Residential 7092 El Sereno Circle. The time 4 and 11, that's 228 Bravo for operation. Speaker.
Oh, just spotted some more transient camps. I think we've been averaging almost a homicide a day here, unfortunately. Not quite that bad, but almost. We had a couple of them one day. Let's see, just checking in the weather here. 45 degrees, feels like 40. Low of 44 tonight. Chance of rain showers. Oh, it looks like our weather out might be changing. All right, we can go for that. Looks like it may not get the rain that they thought. So Thursday, chance of rain showers with a high of 48, low of 42. Definitely a cold snap. Still, the temperatures are still staying warmer than they normally would. Yeah, they're mostly cloudy the rest of the week. Wow, yeah, that's quite a change from what it was supposed to be. And here we got some more homeless encampments. Look at all the garbage. That's the... Oh, whoa, they got a whole full barbecue there. I don't know if you guys caught that. That was a... Wow. They got better barbecue than I do. That's just... Wow. I don't know if y'all saw it. There's no one coming. I'm going to back up. You guys see that barbecue? Anyone want to come out and barbecue with our friends out here? Wow, they're rolling. I've seen it all now, I think. Steve just woke up. All right. Tell you what, I was working on some sleep deprivation there yesterday. We had that arson guy running around, and you know, we normally cut off around 2:30 or 3, and I ran till about, I don't think I got home and into bed till around 8 that day. And then I got up and went and got breakfast, and you know, you figure they're done for the day until night hits again. You know, early morning is when they hit a lot, when there's no one around. And so I figured we wouldn't hear from him throughout the day. And I went to Noah's, got my breakfast sandwich, had breakfast, got in the car, whammo, he hit again. Hey. Right, Linda? There we go. It's amazing some of the things you see the transients walking around with, like bell carts from hotels, really expensive like AV carts. Saw one in the south area a few days ago. He was walking around with a pallet jack, you know, really heavy duty warehouse style pallet jacks. And it's like, okay, yeah, it just wouldn't, someone gave that to you, I'm sure, but there's nothing the officers can do about it unless it's reported stolen. And the owner finds it and says, hey, that's mine, and the officers go retrieve it. So even though you see them walking around, you know it's stolen, whatever they got. But there's not a whole lot anybody can do about it. And expensive stuff. We got Sutter's Fort to our left. By the way, if you've never been to Sutter's Fort over here, you really need to go. It's a really neat part of our history right there. And right next to it, also on the L Street side where we just passed, is a Native American Indian museum. That's pretty interesting and got some really neat stuff there and some Indian history. So I highly recommend you go check out Sutter's Fort. It's pretty cool.
Define 3 medic 20 engine 20 Chastain 21.
Yep, you're right, Linda.
Road. Chastain 21 Canterbury Road. Define 3 medic 20 engine 20.
That Taxi Dave. Taxi Dave, what's happening? You know what? You didn't send out enough invitations tonight. What's up? All right, bud. Have a good one. Taxi Day. So I gotta tell a funny one on myself. No, it sounds like there's a helicopter. Oh, that's the Reach helicopter landing at Sutter Hospital. I could hear a helicopter echoing through downtown. I'm like, that is not the sheriff helicopter or anything. And I just realized it's the medical helicopter, Reach, landing. So over on our left, where you see that lit up storefront, Lumens, was new to the area. It's probably about 2005-ish. I didn't know this was the Lavender Heights area. Ignorant and naive to the area. But that storefront has a whole lot of lighting fixtures. And there's not as many as there used to be, but anyway, it looks really cool at night. So, you know, for photographers, it's kind of like a really cool thing to shoot. And it's got a lot of depth to it. So you can shoot it different ways, time exposed and all that. So I have my tripod set up there and I have my head in the camera. I was getting the shot set up and get everything dialed in how I wanted to. And all of a sudden, I feel someone grab my butt. I'm like, what in the world? And I pull my head out of the camera and turn around. And there's this guy standing next to me just with this cheesy face, just smiling. And I pulled my fist back. I said, you better run. I didn't know how to respond to it. And it was one of those moments you just kind of like, did what happened? Did that just happen or what? So, funny Maverick moment. Right there in front of Lumens. Hey, Lisa! Nothing to see here. Nothing exciting going on. No, really. Oh, we really go down this direction down I. We'll go this direction down I. It's Midtown, but it's... I want to say... Is this where it starts? Boulevard Park. I think Boulevard Park starts right around here. Still part of the Midtown kind of subsection. I would love to live in this Midtown area. I'd love the homes in here. All the character and I wish you could go back in time and see what it was like in this area back in the heyday, whatever the heyday is. What the hey? But it's neat just driving through, and some of these houses are just absolutely gorgeous and intriguing. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Hang on. Well, there's no cars coming. I'll get this relaunched. Oh, we can't go that way. They stuck that do not enter thing in there on me.
Three units involving at 2735 in progress, 722K Main Street, apartment 523. Minute is advising to rental or first-rent drive to Maverick apartment. 212 2735 in progress, 722K Main Street, apartment 523. Can't be the copy, no units available.
Domestic dispute.
Sam 3, I crossed the 230
He was 2700 block of K. There, Gloria. If I heard that right.
3 on the 274.5, confirming that the complainant and the suspect are separated.
Cell 906, complainant has been having relations with the subject. Emmanuel, unknown last, male black 24, wearing a black hooded sweatshirt that says bless on it. Sweatpants, unknown if anyone else inside is 95.
Alpha 65, traffic stop.
Go ahead. Alpha 15.
Stop unit.
Getting in a private place, 715. 3 units, code 12 at 2735 in progress, 722K King Street.
Oh, nope. You had it right, Gloria.
You go ahead.
Nope, you had it right. It was 722K.
Summit Hill, just west of Stockton, on 4 David William 584.
Check.
That's why I'm glad we have playback. Yeah.
We are getting another call knocking at 1110 Street, apartment 523. I'm going to mail half of 5735.
Truck 7, carbon monoxide alarm sounding. 951 Jacinto Avenue. Carbon monoxide alarm sounding, car 951 Jacinto Avenue. Departing 4 Truck 7.
I think I need hearing aids sometimes too. Yeah, and Linda just got the wifey part. Yeah, she got quite the kick out of that. My wife's got a really good sense of humor. She has to, being married to me. It's a definite prerequisite. Well, we're looking at houses. Take over here. Show you my favorite house in Sacramento, or downtown area anyway. It comes up on the market a lot. All right, we got Gloria lost. We are in the south side of Midtown, 24th and Q. Heading south. Is it haunted? Yeah, it could be. Dun, dun, dun. T and 22nd, I believe. Yep, there it is. Have to unmount you guys for this one. That one right there. Of course, nighttime doesn't do it justice, but during daytime it's white with the porch all the way around the side, and just an absolutely gorgeous house. And the one on the right that's all dark, you can't see, it's another one that's really pretty. But yeah, this one, in fact, it looks like it's vacant right now. Yeah, it's vacant. But that's a beautiful house. That house is at T and 22nd.
Alpha 79771.
Gloria, back there we were at Q and 24th earlier.
We'll be at the O'Reilly Auto Parts store on Mac on 5 Zebra Edward Victor 053.
Define 1 engine to unknown medical aid, PD on scene, cleared enter code to the main jail, Sallyport, 651 IND Street. Unknown medical aid, SPD on scene, cleared enter code to the main jail, Sallyport, 651 IND Street. Define 1. Team 2, Map 149 Bravo to operation speed 3, SPD on scene, cleared enter code 2.
So those ones that are unknown medical aid at the jail Sallyport, those always are intriguing, because as you all well know, we've had some in custody deaths occur right there. so when we hear those, our ears perk up a little bit. We're meandering towards that 7th and K domestic. We don't normally go, we don't go to domestic calls. Obviously they're not news. But we do, again, being our proactive news selves.
Assigned 1, Medic 4, Engine 4, cold exposure inside AM/PM 2838J Juliet Street. Cold exposure 2838J Juliet Street. Inside Arco. Assigned 1, Medic 4, Engine 4, map 173 Delta 1 operation. Secret.
Domestic calls are really unpredictable. And I'm looping around the block here because I heard some yelling. Another reason why we drive around with our windows down even when it's cold and blast the heater.
We're good, thank you.
Oh, it's probably this guy yelling. Okay. As you know, domestic calls, the police officers, that's one of their calls they hate going on the most because they don't know what's gonna happen, and sometimes they go really bad really quick. So while we don't necessarily go to domestics, we will head toward the area if we're not doing anything else, and just gotta be close just in case something goes bad. – 25th and K. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. So...
112S5, 29 subject, code 4.
There are a bunch of sirens on the CHP channel, but it says everything's code 4. So,
Or anyway, we can have the call come down. Meet us as we get close.
34, we'll try and call back.
okay, officers are on scene of the domestic. Sounds everything's copacetic. We haven't come across any raccoons tonight. No bandits. That's why you sit and wait on the red when you can turn right on red, right? All right, Gloria, thanks for joining us.
Alpha 60, we're good.
Grab some sleep for me, too. had a SWAT standoff thing at that apartment right up there about 2 years ago. Oh wow, yeah, we had a coyote downtown for a minute. That was kind of scary because there's a lot of people walking downtown at night, and I would not want to be one of those folks walking and come across a coyote.
Medical aid. 691A Indian Street, County Jail with the main Valley Fort.
Code 12 and 945 at 2838 Valley Street. Medic
2 respond code 2, South 149 Bravo 2, operations D3.
Sound 3, I copy 945.
Okay, fire is requesting PD on that call at the AM PM at 28th and J. I want to do a flyby at the jail real quick. They just put an additional unit, put the ambulance on it. And everybody see that blue blinky light up there at the top left? That's a pod.
I'm 34, W735, 415 Navy only.
Check.
Okay, so that domestic just turned out to be a disturbance.
Sound 3, I copy FT.
Check.
No domestic violence, which is good.
78, Alpha 6 on the cross for the 945, 2838 J John Street. Copy cross.
34, we're clearing. Come for the cross and we'll be in route.
Alpha 34 check. 178 so far. 2 Alpha 34 staying traffic. Information. Check.
Okay, so 2 units are on their way to AM PM on J Street.
112 Sergeant 5 4. Clear an NCIC and WPS per Sackett County. Last of Edwards active. Center 6 Mary for 1051. Negative citable on informal system information through 11/19/2022 for 1051A 496DA 14.
CHP has a stolen vehicle, and the person that stole the vehicle has a rap sheet for stolen vehicles. What do you know? Imagine that.
12 S5.
So we got fire here on scene at the jail Sallyport. Ambulance is right behind us. Door is closed, so we can't see in. Alright. we'll head to 28th and J. See what's happening there. Probably should have taken the freeway from here, but we'll cruise H Street. And there's another pod up on the left. Okay, class, this is a test. Pop quiz. What does POD stand for in relation to the Sacramento Police Department and some equipment they have at intersections like we just passed? Not everyone at once now. Police on duty, nope. Anybody else? POD, those boxes with the blue blinky lights. What does POD stand for? All right. Police Observation Device. POD. And some of them have license plate readers.
7, go ahead.
Commander Zeno, Sierra Vista, 7 Robert Adams, Henry 258.
Some have cameras.
7, your plate, 7 Robert Adam Henry 258. 50 current on $99 out of Sacramento.
Pointing in 3 different directions. Some of them we believe are hooked up to shot spotter
Green 35 station on a 415.
acoustic microphones.
Green 35 check.
So the pods are multifunctional.
Medic 10, engine at 10. Opimo 5150 Stockton Boulevard in front of Burger King. Opimo in front of Burger King.
Yeah, Linda. Yeah, a lot of people when they first came out, I'll use the affectionate term NIMBYs, not in my neighborhood. Folks, they were all up in arms and upset about it. And it's an invasion of privacy and blah, 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 blah. Well, first of all, you're in public, so it's not privacy. And those pods have been responsible for recovering more stolen vehicles and locating more wanted felons than probably any other tool in the police department's toolbox. So those pods are doing their job. They're definitely paying off. And I believe they feed into the real-time crime center, which is cool. So we're heading down to AM/PM at 28th and J. There's some type of medical call, and fire requested police department assistance on it. So we're just gonna go check it out. Officer isn't speaking up. Alright. There she goes. So they don't hear from an officer every once in a while. They do a 981 or welfare check. And if they don't answer up, then they put the beeper on and they send officers code 3 to go make sure they're alright. So we got officers on scene. And it looks like fire is no longer there. And it looks like the officers are walking out. So it looks like everything here is code 4. Let's see. Amy, hey, how's it going? Yeah, it's just about how it is. Kevin is here. Howdy, Kevin. So I don't think our viewers will mind. I don't think Kevin will mind me saying this, since it's already public knowledge. But the young man that was just killed in that car wreck in Roseville, not Roseville, Fair Oaks area, was Kevin's nephew. So I just heard today, Kevin, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it sounds like Brandon still has not turned himself in. And interesting situation there. So y'all keep the family there in your prayers, and I know they would appreciate that. And the funeral will be coming up shortly. And for those of you also who are praying folks, ask you to keep our CFO, Wayne, and his family in your prayers tomorrow. His dad has a brain tumor and will be going in for surgery tomorrow. And so Wayne doesn't know if tomorrow will be the last day that he has his dad or not. So our CFO and their family's going through a thing as well. Gotcha, Kevin. Yeah, that's interesting. Thank you, Amy. Yeah, and you know, with CJ, it's going to be interesting to see, find out what the whole story is on that. But it's a tragic situation, no matter how we slice it. Oh, it looks like they did transport one from here. There goes Medic 2 and an officer following, and it looks like there's someone in the back. And they are pulling into the ambulance bay. So, may have been a psychiatric thing. Alright, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and call it for the night. It's pretty slow, and again, appreciate y'all joining us and appreciate y'all being our supporters. once again, if you know anybody who owns a business or an organization, and you think they might be someone who would be interested in sponsoring our virtual ride-alongs, you can send them to that link, and that would help us out tremendously. We really need to get those sponsorships going. Hey Paula, did you just jump on and we're jumping off? Yeah, it's one of those really slow nights. And once again, we appreciate you all, and thank you again for all that you all do, and supporting us, and liking and sharing and being active. I'm gonna see, I don't see, I'm scrolling through. There's one, Steve. Steve is a supporter +1. So if y'all scroll down and you see Steve's badges on top of his name, if you wonder what that +1 is, that means he's really active on our page, liking and sharing, and taps in a lot. So that's how you get that +1. If you click on, let's see if I tap it there. Yeah, if you click on that, it describes to you there what his badges are. So it'll say supporter and top fan, and you can see there that he's a supporter and top fan. Kevin Gowan's a supporter and top fan. Thank you, Kevin. And all of you are supporters, and we really appreciate that. Scrolling through, see if I see any more +1s. I don't. Gloria Garibay is a supporter +1. Awesome. Yeah, so so the way you get the +1 is just be more active on the page, and that's how you get the +1, and that's a form of support as well. So again, we really appreciate all that, and thank you all again for joining me tonight, keep me company while we're out here news cruising, and really appreciate that. Yep, Kevin, I called you out. I said you were a +1. You're definitely a +1. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Thanks again for joining, and keep the rubber side down. Take your time. It might be a little wet when you wake up in the morning, so plan on leaving a little bit early if you need to, and stay safe and all that good stuff. We'll catch you sometime, possibly tomorrow. No, I'm sorry, tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow's my wife's night, so you guys don't get me tomorrow night. So it's my wife's night tomorrow night, unless something wacky happens. So we'll catch you Friday, hopefully, and we'll see you all then.